Today we'll be showing you our guide to the Super Nintendo Entertainment System on Retroarch. Hey guys, it's Joel here with Make Tech Easier. The Super Nintendo is widely regarded as one of the best gaming consoles of all time, building on the revolution of its predecessor, the NES, to offer more color, great sound, and some of the best pixel art games of all time, as well as some early 3D ones. Thanks to the miracle of emulation, we've been able to play SNES games on our PCs for years now. Retroarch is one of the best options around, offering an all-in-one emulation front end for your SNES games, as well as those other consoles. But Retroarch can be a little fiddly to set up. So this guide will show you how to give yourself the ultimate SNES experience on PC.
We're going to assume that you've already installed Retroarch and you are ready to choose a core for your SNES simulation. Cores are key files from various SNES simulators that have been integrated with Retroarch and can be downloaded by going to the Retroarch main menu, Load Core, Download a Core. You may be overwhelmed by the choice of SNES cores available, so we'll whittle it down to some of our favorites. SNES 9X, the most universal choice with great performance, huge compatibility and plenty of options when it comes to graphical tweaks. It's also the best choice if you're looking to play online. SNES Accuracy, the connoisseur's choice, offering the best SNES simulation even if regular users won't necessarily notice the accuracies. Ideal if you're running your emulator through a CRT display, but can be CPU intensive on lower end PCs. SNES, the new kid on the block. Good accuracy and good performance here, but not quite the best. Once you've picked a core and added your games, Retroarch menu, import content, scan directory or file, you can run any game you like. Just select a game from your freshly imported list, click Run, then select the SNES core you want to run with it. When you're ready, click Run again. It's only when a game is running that you can go into your SNES core settings to play around with them. Most controllers these days should automatically map themselves to a sensible way onto whatever Retroarch core you're using. However, if the controls aren't quite right or are unmapped, then you can assign them manually. Open the Retroarch menu when a game is running, which is F1 by default. Select Quick Menu Controls, Port 1 Controls, and assign the controls there. Here you can map your analog sticks into the SNES D-pad by selecting Analog to Digital Type and Left Analog. When you're done, go back to the previous menu and select Save Core Remap File if you want those controls to apply to all of your SNES games, or Save Game Remap File if they're just for that specific game. By default, your SNES games should look pretty good. You can set Retroarch's overall resolution under Settings, Video, Output, but even if it's widescreen, SNES games should default to 4:3 resolution because that's what all games from those days were designed for. Under the video heading, you can also add bilinear filtering if you want to soften the pixel edges, but to me this is pretty ugly and inauthentic as well. The best way to tweak the look of your SNES games is through shaders. With a game open, go to Quick Menu, Shaders, and Load Shader Preset. Depending on whether you're using OpenGL or Vulkan drivers, select under Settings, Video, Output. You'll either be using GLSL or Slang shaders, respectively. Shaders are powerful filters that go over the top of your game and can range from ones that mimic the scan lines on a CRT display to various ones that soften or sharpen the image. Find shaders that you like under Load Shader Preset, then after selecting them, click Apply Changes to see how they look. To remove shaders, just highlight Shader Passes, decrease the number to 0 and click Apply Changes.
That should be enough to get you going with SNES emulation on Retroarch. If you want to play around with other cores on Retroarch, see our Ultimate Guide to N64 and Ultimate Guide to PS1 emulation on Retroarch as well. Well, that's it from me. As always, if you love tech as much as we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn the bell on, and you'll be notified by our latest and greatest tech-savvy videos. See you next time.